Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am so thankful that you came to be here with me today. And today I have Emily Harveaux, who is a health coach, who lost an amazing 150 pounds using intermittent fasting and carnivore. I met her because we're both part of the Reverse Carnivore documentary, and we met in Costa Rica during that filming. And she's also a guest on my Protecting Your Nest podcast. I'll make sure to have a link to that great conversation we had there. And today I want to bring Emily to this video to share her thoughts on fasting. And so many of my female patients in particular are so concerned that fasting's not for them. It's only for the guys. There's no way in the world my hormones will be okay, doc. I can't do that. So, Emily, I just want you to share your thoughts since you're a female and you've done intermittent fasting successfully. What would you say to someone who's concerned about intermittent fasting and whether or not that's okay for women in particular?
Yeah, I mean, I think that fasting is such a natural way of from our ancestry. So I kind of look at it from that perspective. I feel like anything that sort of helped us survive during these times can't be completely thrown out. But I do agree that fasting has been so popular over the last probably 10 years that we do need to understand the nuances of it. And so I think when we first started, it was so amazing to have the work of Dr. Fung and just to realize that this was a really important healing modality for us to try. But we didn't know exactly the particulars of how to go about it. I do think that for women with a hormonal profile, you have to be very, very careful in a way and, just to be sensitive to the feedback that your body is giving you.
Mm-hmm.
So the part that was really missing for me was the nutrition part and honestly was the feasting part.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's been taught. I mean, any good fasting literature that I've read has touched on that.
Mm-hmm.
And yet I didn't find my best fasting protocols, my best hormonal healing until I actually really embraced feasting with the proper human diet. I needed
Mm.
those two together to fuel my fast. So I actually do agree that if you are under eating and if you're eating sugars and processed carbs and you're eating things that are damaging your body when you're in your eating window, I think that is a setup for danger. And I've
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people use fasting every bit as much as they've used dieting or calorie restriction and have gotten themselves in a lot of trouble. You can use fasting as revenge fasting. If maybe it can get into binge kind of behavior.
Mm-hmm.
It can be used as a punishment. And so I think it's important to take the time to learn your body, take the time to
Mm-hmm.
learn your nutrition, focus on feasting. That's a key component, getting the hormones set up. It's giving your bodies the structures that they need to naturally go for periods of time without food. I think that a lot of times when people focus on feasting on their best foods first, fasting can come naturally. So
Mm-hmm.
I do agree with that, that if it's
Mm-hmm.
done incorrectly with poor nutrition, you can overfast easily. And if you're not paying attention to the warning signs that it's too much fast for you right now, I
Mm-hmm.
think that for people that are building a fasting practice, it's really important to take a step up approach and to start very small and slowly and to progress and to go into the advanced fast in a very specific pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do actually think that community matters. I think being in a fasting community is a huge bonus, because then you can kind of check each other and you can encourage each other, but you can also learn the signs of too much fasting and thyroid slowdown. So
Right.
if you're getting into over fasting just because you're greedy for that fat loss, it's actually going to backfire on you and you're going to end up walking away from fasting altogether and hate the word and associate it with something that is harmful, which it is not. It is meant to be a healing modality if it's done in the right cadence, at the right pace, with the right nutrition, and with the right support.
Nice. And you had me at feasting. So it's nice to know that. And I think a lot of my female patients need to be given permission that feasting is okay. And I know that during my journey, I learned that women, there are different hormonal patterns at different times of the month if they're still going through that. So there may be a different fasting approach at different parts of your menstrual cycle. So I think it's very nuanced. And that's why I wanted to bring you to this video just to say, hey, you can do it, but you may need a community, as you've suggested, to help you along your way. So thank you, thank you, thank you for coming to this brief video. And for those who want more of Emily, you can see her on my Protecting Your Nest podcast as well, where we talk in more depth about fun stuff like more fasting, more stuff about carnivore, and of course, more about community. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe. And until the next video, be safe, be well, and continue to protect your nest.